beginning. There was the Chainsaw Llama. He strode across the mountaintops of the great Northwest. He would smite those giant trees with his huge chainsaw, and they would fall down and literally form into the shape of his hermitage as they fell. It was truly a great time. But now is the dawn of a new era. It is the time of the Chainsaw Hermit. What? You saying Joker's is bigger than mine? Okay, so there's no handle there either. And his is much bigger than mine. So one of the things I want to do with this new show, the Chainsaw Hermit, is a gentle and very loving nod to the Chainsaw Llama, who in many ways sort of has brought this community together and inspired so much of everything that is going on. So it's a humorous and gentle nod, and I know that he's actually in retreat right now, so it's sort of an ambush. He really can't fight back at the moment. He'll have something interesting to watch on YouTube when he and all of you get out of retreat. So one of the things I'm doing up here is I'm going to split the one show I have, Dharma Bum Show, into two shows. The Dharma Bum Show was always something that I wanted to do sort of about the Dharma, and I'll talk a bit more about that in a moment. And with the Chainsaw Hermit Show, what I want to do initially, to be honest with you, is, you bought this, and you bought everything up here. All of you out there who donated for the kit and the land itself, you bought every single item up here. And so doing unboxing videos not only will be helpful and informative, because I think it's a really great homesteading kit. It's literally perfect in every way, in the sense that every item was absolutely essential and the smallest and most inexpensive possible, and it's all working out really, really well. And so what better item than to start the new Chainsaw Hermit Show with than our chainsaw. And yes, but it is a real chainsaw. It has the little oil tank, and we'll look at that closer in the next segment. And it's a 6-inch electric chainsaw, and it fulfills 3 incredibly vital roles up here, and I'm going to talk about those right now. The first role, and the most important role, why I bought this, because I saw pictures ahead of time of the property, and I knew that there would be lots and lots of this deadwood. The property has not been occupied ever, and we know that now for sure. We've searched the whole property; it's never been touched. There's been a little bit of fire mitigation done by Cal Fire, like 20 years ago. I can tell from the piles how old they are. But in 20 years at least, 2 decades, this deadwood has been piling up. And now what happens when you have a fire up here? The fire doesn't usually travel by flame. Like, it doesn't go from tree to tree by flame. It goes from basically a blizzard of sparks is what's going to happen. And those sparks, when they touch, and I don't know if it's in the camera shot, but when they touch the green parts of the tree, it's a lot less likely that it's going to catch that tree on fire if the sparks go on the green parts of the tree. What tends to happen is the sparks hit all of this dead wood. That's usually a lot of it's around the base of the trees, around the bottom trunks, and it will get in there and catch this right away. It's like tinder, it's like dry like paper, and that is what then ignites the rest of the tree, including all the green stuff. So removing as much of this as possible, and with a handheld saw like this, I can actually climb these trees very safely. They're not very tall, and this is not a very dangerous thing. So I can go up in there and really get all of the dead wood, go tree by tree, and that's what I'm doing. These are trees, and the one I'm going to demonstrate today, these are trees that are right around the camp. And so we're starting with those first to clear the camp area, but also to create and that's the second thing that this does, is we're not going to waste any of this. A lot of people who do this, homeowners and stuff, will simply pile this stuff up and set it all on fire just to get rid of it. We're not going to do that. We're going to I'll show you, I have a whole little process set up already of processing this material into usable outdoor campfire wood. I'm not going to use it for fuel to heat with, but I have a campfire ring, and I'm going to use it for outdoor enjoyment fires. And so it's going to go to good use, not just be set on fire and wasted. So that's the second thing that important thing that it does, is create some fuel. The third really important thing that it does is it dramatically increases the health of the trees. These are our trees now, and unlike Lama Choga, who lives in a forest and is building his hermitage out of his trees, we're not going to cut a single living tree down. We're going to plant more. We need all the trees we can get. Everyone is precious, and most of these trees are really healthy and will be even more healthier, and a couple of them are sick, including one in our area here, that we're going to save it simply by removing all the dead wood, and we're going to use some food spikes, and that's a whole other show, a whole other episode, but we're going to tap some food spikes down into it before the rain season starts, and I believe we'll save the tree. No problem at all. And the big part of it will be getting rid of this dead wood, because this really slows down the growth of the tree, having all this dead stuff just sort of clogging it all up, absorbing water, absorbing nutrients that it's not using because it's dead material. So when you clear all this out, and you, especially if you can clear the trunks up to about the height of a human being, of really even the living ones, to be honest with you want nice clear trunks. That's part of the husbandry of it. So some living branches will go that are down low, because they're just going to die. The ones that are down low tend to die first, because they're near the ground, so they tend to get rot and mold and moss and stuff like that, and they tend to go. So we're going to bring all of the trunks up to about 3, 4, to even 5 feet, and clear those trunks, and all of these trees will be so much happier for this. So that's the threefold reason that this small, little, affordable device was on the essential list. So let's do it. Let's cut some stuff and see how she works, okay? And I'm not going to do the whole speed 'em up thing. I'm just going to take a couple branches down in real time and show you the action of the device and everything, and how easy it is to use. So here we go. The Chainsaw Hermit cuts his first stuff on his new show. All right, let's go. We're going to get this one right here. It's a big one here, so we're going to take this one, and this one will make some nice firewood. So there we go, and she'll go actually over there to the other side for processing, and there's some nice little logs on there. I'll measure out some nice little logs that'll go in the really neat firewood pile, and then a lot of it will end up being fire starter, like little sticks and twigs pile to just get fires going. I've even saved the cardboard from all the boxes of all the items so that we can use that also for fire starter and tinder. Nothing's going to go to waste up here. So that's essentially the chore, and we will begin with the trees that are either the least healthy, who need help right away, because then, like I said, we can get the food spikes afterwards, tap them in, and really just instantly in one season kind of bring marginal trees back from the edge. This tree here is a gorgeous juniper. There's a lot of them on the property. I would say the vast majority of them are junipers. And some of them are literally, I would say 50% of them are stunning. And when they're cleaned up, the rest of them are going to be really beautiful as well. So, and now I'm going to go sit down and we'll do like a more formal unboxing, and I'll show you the whole kit that came with this. Okay, so there's the kit as it came to us, and I have the original box over here and the instruction manual. I'll show you, and that's what came with it. I bought a and people, the first question I had, and I consulted my sister's friend actually, because he just moved from Maine, so the knowledge was fresh in his head that it doesn't actually matter if you get official chainsaw chain oil. You can just use motor oil. So I bought a quart at the 7-Eleven just before we left Antioch, and brought that with me. The kit itself comes with a wonderful, cute little bottle. So I was able to bottle it up and keep it in the kit, so I don't have to haul the whole quart around. That's very, very cute. The kit came with a screwdriver that is the only tool you need to officially sort of operate the chainsaw, or, you know, make adjustments on it. So it came with that. It came with this nifty little brush to clean it. It even came with the safety goggles. To be honest with you, I haven't used them, and I mean, I guess that's probably poor woodsmanship or whatever, but two things about that. One, this thing is really not going to be shooting big chunks of wood into your face. It's just not that kind of device. And the other thing is, I wear, and most of you who know me know that I'm pretty much half blind and wear glasses that are about a half an inch thick. So I'm pretty sure my eyeballs are going to be pretty safe, but I keep them in the kit. I do lend this out to my sister's friend who does some work down there, and he's free to use them. Came with a cute little pair of gloves. I'm not sure what the purpose is other than if your hands are cold. I mean, they're just little mitten gloves. So maybe if your hands are cold, I guess that would be nifty. I'm not really sure. And then it came with 2 battery packs. They're 21-volt battery packs. They recharge reasonably quickly. And, you know, you can check the charge by pushing the button. They last a pretty long time. I can get a good couple hours worth of work out of one pack, and I can pretty much work most of the day, you know what I mean, on 2. And then I can always just put one right back on the charger while I'm still using the first one, right? So if I really want to jam all day long, I can just rotate them. So there is 2 battery packs that come with it. It comes with the chain guard, which will go when I'm done using it. I will put the chain guard like that back on there. All right, and then it comes with, interestingly enough, 2 extra chains. Now, a word about that. I'm from Maine, and I know not only for a fact that they sharpen, you can sharpen chains, resharpen them, but I actually know how to do it. I've done many chainsaw chains. I mean, by the age of 14, I was very proficient in sharpening these chains. So you can get a good, decent amount of life. The life of them is the length of the teeth. So you can see how that tooth, so the file, and this will be a very tiny file. They may not even be a file this small, so that might be the problem with resharpening them. But if I can find the round file that is that small, I can file these down And the chain is not useless until the teeth become so thin they start to break. They'll start to break off, okay? Because you've sharpened it too much and there's not enough left of the tooth. But the chains can be made to last a very, very long time for the simple price of a file, if I can find one. I have to admit those teeth are, now that I look at them, very, very small. But if I can find them, I will. And then, of course, it's 2 extra chains. It's still cutting quite well now, and it's cut quite a lot of wood. So there's our ring. This is what we want to do here, and this is really all we want the fuel for, is this ring. It's here in the camp area, and I'll just take a pan back here of the camp area. So there's the main cabin, and there's the storage and work shed. It's got a little work table even in there where we store all the gear and tools, and the fire ring. And then this is the processing area. So initially everything just kind of gets tossed in that pile. And the piece that I just cut, I'll go grab that in a minute, and I'll bring it over here and put it in the pile. And then this is actually the cardboard. I got a tarp on it because we had a couple little rain, a little bit of rain, nothing major, but a little bit. So I wanted to keep it dry. But that's all the cardboard from all the boxes. It's actually a considerable pile of cardboard. And I will process that as well. I'll cut it up into manageable little pieces and stack it into a nice little stack. It won't be anywhere near that big anymore because that's just basically the boxes flattened out and tossed in a pile. But I'll process that and we'll use that for fire starter, and we'll keep that dry as well. Here's my first little batch, because I'm going to actually do a live stream, perhaps even as soon as Monday night from here. And so I'm going to have the campfire going, and that's my first little pile of starter fire. And then over here, I'm beginning already my collection of really good logs, the pieces that I can trim up. And this is my measuring stick. See, so I use this to measure, and then I can make all the logs nice and neat, the same length and size. And at some of them, I got some really fat ones out back that I got to collect up and bring over here. And then I'll put them here and also tarp that. And by I should end up with a nice little pile. Most of the, ironically, most of the burning for this use case will be in the spring and summer after the rains, because it's not a lot of fun to be out here most of the time. But we are catching an Indian summer, so we're definitely going to try to do a live stream and a first fire. It'll be the first one in the ring. I just dug it out and set it up. So, and again, if you watch my last episode of the Dharma Bump Show, those lava rocks are just, what a boon that the property is littered with these wonderful rocks to build stuff with. So yeah, and that is basically the unboxing part. I got it very affordable. I paid about, I think, $45 on Amazon. And if you're really needing one, just get up with me, I guess, and I'll shoot you the link on the comments or whatever. But not a bad deal for $45. It seems to be holding up really, really well. Have had not even a single issue or question about it. And very, very useful. And we're definitely, like I said, we're already putting it to use. We cleared all of, this whole area was deadwood, especially back here. This is the tree that's kind of marginal that we're going to work our first salvation effort. Okay. And she was just covered. Oh my God. It was all deadwood. And it actually filled up this entire area where the tent and the outhouse, where the storage shed and the outhouse are now, was pretty much all her deadwood. So we pulled a lot off of her, and we're going to pull a lot more. We're going to take it all off. She'll be quite scraggly looking when she's done, because there won't be a lot left to her, but she's got enough green, I think, to save. And then when we're done getting as much deadwood off of her as we can, we will, down here at her root, or right around, probably 4, because she's really hurting. So I'll put 1 north, south, east, and west. And we'll do a show on it, but they're spikes of food for the tree. And they come as these hard spikes, and you pound them down into the ground. And then we'll do it right before the rainy season starts, and then that will already begin to have an effect on her next spring. And I believe in one season we'll have her we'll know whether she's going to live or not. But I think she's salvageable. And there's only 1 or 2 other trees that are in this bad of a condition, and we'll be tackling them first, as well as the trees here right around the camp area, to keep this area as clear as possible. The other thing I did want to mention that this is very useful for to do, because we are clearing this brush and debris that's right around these trunks, is to get any stray critters that might be in there out and make them go find somewhere else to live. The only ones I'm really worried about are snakes. We do have rattlers up here, and it's been a big rattler year, so that's where a rattler is going to hide, is in that clump of dead debris and grass and bushes and everything that collects in that sort of knot at the base of these trees over the years. And by clearing that out, we'll make sure that there's no weirdness going on in there, because I got my boys, right? There's my co-host Xander Bay, by the way, and I guess you can say hi during this segment, guys. Where's Xavi? Did we lose my little brown dog? Xavi, you want to make an appearance? There he is. Hey, Peanut. Say hi to the audience. So, this has been Volume 1, Episode 1 of my new show, The Chainsaw Hermit. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I guess on channel news, I just want to say we're actually going to do 3 shows now on a regular basis. 3 completely separate shows. We're going to continue to do the Dharma Bum show. In fact, I already have a list of episodes I want to do with that show. And then we're going to do the Chainsaw Hermit show. This show will be just pretty much a lot of what you just saw. We're going to begin with unboxing every single thing that you all out there bought. You all bought this gear, and I chose it, and I chose it to spend your money in a very particular way, and I want to answer for that, not because I think I have to, but because I want to have you all be as much a part of this as you can. This is not just about making 3 clicks on the fundraiser page and using your Cash App card. That's virtuous. A lot of merit in that, and I really appreciate it, because you bought everything that's here. But I want you guys to be one of the reasons why we're working so hard to bring connectivity, and again, a plug for the Starlink appeal down below, so we can bring Starlink to this property hopefully this week. And one of the reasons I want to do that is because I want everyone that's in the community, especially those who have, like our founders and our direct supporters and fans of the channel, to really feel like you're a part of making this place everything that it can be. And I want to tell you, and this is actually a topic for the Dharma Bum show, but there have been signs and wonders on this property. There have been auspicious omens, powerful ones. And this is the Dharma Wheel Hermitage. This is our hermitage, the Sanghas Hermitage. And it is my goal to do everything within my knowledge, my skill set, which I really have a lot of skills in this. I've been doing this sort of off-grid living style my entire life, and was born and raised in the state of Maine, and so have a lot of experience in the rural environment and in husbandry of the land and the trees. So I mean, to go back to the trees, because that's what our first episode is about. These are our trees, and they're gorgeous. We're even going to name a couple of them. I already have in mind a couple of. I think we'll name some after some of our lamas, because our teachers. I think if we name a tree after Lama Choga, he'd kind of be obligated to make the trip here. I mean, I've never had a tree named after me. Nobody's ever going to name a tree after me, okay? So if somebody names a tree after you, you're kind of obligated to go check that tree out. So not only to honor our teachers, but as a sort of back channel way to try to force some of them to actually come here and bless the land and bless the property with their presence. So I think we're gonna, and we've got Xander's tree already named down bottom, and so yeah. And so I couldn't think of a better unboxing for the Chainsaw Hermit show than the chainsaw, right? And but it was on my mind from the very beginning, from looking at the pictures of this property. I at $45 just so that I can take the best care of it possible from the very instant we got here. I wanted it to be pretty. I wanted it so we have the signage out and the flags and whatnot. I wanted it to be safe for my boys. And I wanted to begin the process of husbanding these trees and clearing the fuel and clearing mitigating the fire hazard. Because going back to that first thing that I said I bought the chainsaw for, the fire hazard, you cannot underestimate that. I think that this area is pretty safe. We're in a slightly settled area, and we have a CAL FIRE fortress right in the bottom of the valley. So we will be defended and well defended by CAL FIRE. I have a lot of faith in CAL FIRE. They're probably the best equipped fire department on the planet. No exaggeration. And they've already, we've seen the air patrols up and down the valley. They drive the big CAL FIRE truck right through these roads to make sure that they're passable to get up to our properties. So CAL FIRE is doing its part, but I want to do my part and our part to protect the property, because I will tell you this: wildfire is the only thing I can think of that can take this place from us. Financially, this place is so affordable that a homeless guy was able to set all of this up. A homeless guy living out of a basket with no means whatsoever except your generosity out there was able to do all of this. It's very affordable. Finances are not going to take this place from us. There sickness or illness. If I become ill or sick, I have my sister and her friend down at the bottom of the valley, still very healthy and strong people. They will step in. They've already personally committed. They're coming up here for a private service tomorrow. It's a Sunday service that I'm having up here just for family, and we're going to actually erect the main prayer flag tree on the property a little bit further up. It's going to be huge. It's going to be really nice. And they will protect from, if I become unable to take care of this property myself for any length of time, they will take care of the property. There is nothing that I can think of with all my brains and all my knowledge that can even possibly take this place from us other than wildfire. And if wildfire takes this valley, it's over for this spot. We would start over. We would have to start over. We would lose everything. So it's worth defending. It's worth doing. And $45, I made sure to be able to get it done. And I want all of you to know that it is literally the first thing we did and started doing, even before we put the shelters up, because we needed to make room for the shelters. But then in the days immediately following, I got a stick in my head. Even in the days immediately following, we have been, and I will continue. We have a bunch of nice days next week. A bunch more cutting's going to get done, and that process is never going to end, because as soon as we finish, we'll start at the front so that it looks nice up front and work our way back. It will take years, and by the time we get to the back and clear it all, it'll be ready to start at the front again. And we will continue that process forever, because that's part of husbanding this particular piece of property. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in to my first episode of the Chainsaw Hermit. I really hope that, especially Lama Choga and those members of the Insight Sangha who are in retreat, I hope your retreat went well, and I hope this episode put a smile and maybe even a chuckle on you when you get out. I missed you all. I miss you all. And I can't wait to start participating now, finally, that I'm here and have really the peace and the time to participate in the online Sangha that I've talked so much about. I can't wait to start doing that and spending much more time with all of you. We love you. Me and the boys, we give you our blessing. May everything be auspicious for you today. Give a like and subscribe, please. And we'll see you on the next episode.